All right. Looks like we're live now. Okay, it is Friday, October the 13th at 6:10 p.m. Sorry, I'm a little bit late here. Basically, the reason I'm late is because I just finished working on this week's video. It's actually going to be launched today. Basically what I was thinking here is I would stream for a while, and then I would do what's called like an instant premiere or whatever. I don't remember the exact name for it, but effectively, that video is uploaded right now, but it's currently processing. So as soon as it's ready, I will do an instant premiere, and anybody who wants to join me over there can watch the video premiere on YouTube live. It covers the events that took place here at the Crete Research Facility during the Colony War from 2308 to 2310, and it also details basically some of how this facility here impacted the rest of the world of Starfield, and basically the little bit that the main character experiences of this facility as well. So until then, though, I figured that I could go ahead and when folks show up, I can answer any questions you all have, talk about upcoming lore videos, talk about basically anything that has to do with this lore specifically. And then along with that, I've found multiple new locations that I would highly recommend for settlement. Again, at some point I'm going to put together a full video of these locations, but until that time I can share with you locations that I've found that are basically like necessities for settlement. So again, we're still here on Crete. Let's go ahead and leave Crete behind. I have now surveyed 56 systems, I think. Last time I was here, it was basically anything left of this line, I believe. It was Cheyenne, I think I had surveyed as well last time I was here. I've now surveyed everything up to about here. Yeah, everything to here. I am currently surveying, well, about to start surveying the Feynman system. And then basically everything east of that is still unsurveyed, which is not ending up to be that much that's left here. I mean, it's less than half, I think, that remains. So why don't we go to the system that I think is like a must settle, and at some point in the future I'm going to be moving most of my operations to this system, and this system is Bardeen. Now, this is a level 70 system, so you're going to need to make sure that you're appropriately leveled before really coming here. This is a completely unsettled system, if I remember correctly. I may be misremembering something here or there. I don't think that there are any structures, though, that you can go find from orbit. Now, there are still things you're going to find on planets, because that's the way the game works. Whenever you land on a planet, it loads in tiles and basically generates a world around you. But Bardeen 3 is easily the most valuable planet I've found thus far in terms of organic farmable resources. So why don't we go ahead and land down here. It's also got a very beautiful hills biome, I will say that 100%.
If you need a heart.
If you are free soon, could we talk?
One moment. Let me make sure I'm not missing something here. This is odd. I don't know if anybody is chatting, because I can't see anything, and at least a couple weeks ago I wasn't seeing anything. So anyway, though, okay. So the main thing that makes this place really interesting is the fact that this thing right here is amino acids that you can harvest with an outpost. That thing right there is polymer. This is an exotic resource. Now, you do have to kill this thing to get it. I have yet to find a farmable source of polymer. Let's see what else. There's the swarming click beetle over there that provides sedative. That's an exotic resource, but again, it's not a farmable resource. Herding dragon scavenger right there. That provides gastro delight. That is a unique organic resource, and it's farmable. So that is the second unique organic resource. Now, again, this area, not that great looking. Let's go ahead and clear these things and then get off this section of the planet. I have finally started to invest more resources into guns because I was tired of being killed repeatedly. Yeah, there's also these crickets that breathe fire, so again, you need to be a relatively high level in order to come here. Is that it? This is easily my favorite gun, but it also has very expensive ammunition that's not terribly common. It's the gun you get for doing the Crimson Fleet questline, which always makes it fun to use it to kill pirates. Farmable sealant right there on that thing. Okay, I think that's it. So let's put the gun away. Okay. Let's go to a hills biome so you can see how beautiful this planet can be. I'm still apparently in combat. Not sure how that's the case. Huh. Well, while I wait for this creature to make an appearance, I can tell you that I'm going to be working on some additional Fallout 76 content soon. In that I need to make sure that I document sites that are going to change. At the very least, I've heard that the... Man, what is it called? It's the manor house that's owned by a Nuka-Cola executive. I know that place is going to change, and then I've heard other places are going to change as well. So I want to make sure I document those spots with surveil videos. So as soon as I know... I don't think that thing's even fighting us. It's just trying to ward us off. Is this thing fighting us? This gun right here is a reward for the Freestar Rangers questline. Yeah, I don't know if the chat's not working or, again, if nobody's chatting. So if you are chatting, again, I can't see it. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and go to a hills biome if I can fast travel. Good. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, I need to cover this stuff because the Atlantic City update's coming before too long, and I need to make sure that I get this stuff covered before then. Okay. Alright, well, it's raining now, but this place is actually quite beautiful when it's not raining. I used one of these, the images of this site, for the thumbnail for this video. I can even pull that up real quick. The photo gallery. Where are we? There we go. So yeah, this is an image that comes from Bardeen, the hills, when it's sunny. There's an image looking in the other direction as one of Bardeen's moons, either Bardeen 3A or Bardeen 3B was rising. Let's see, what's this right here? Okay. Yeah, people are telling me the chat is broken. So, how about this? Anybody that wants to chat, just chat with Discord, and I will read your chats here. Okay, so again, yeah. I will read your chats off of my phone with Discord. So any comments you have, just let me know there. I don't know why 2 weeks in a row, not 2 weeks in a row, week after. Okay, anyway, last week and the week before that. Okay. So, or this week and the week before last. All right. So again, Bardeen 3 is basically a must settle, especially because it has the unique organic resource Gastro Delight here. And if you haven't been keeping track of these things, you also have Linnaeus. I'm actually getting pretty good at remembering where these planets are. Linnaeus 2 is the source of high tensile spidrian, which is a unique organic resource. And then again, Carinae 3A, I believe it is. Yes, Carinae 3A is the source of Rothosite. So, as I continue towards the eastern end of this section of the galaxy that we get to explore, I will again tell you anytime I find another unique resource or anytime I find an exotic farmable resource. So keep that in mind. Again, if you haven't heard, the chat is currently broken for me. So, or how about this? Why don't I try... I could go to my own video here and see if I can see the chat. There we go. Okay, there it is. Alright, I'll just read this stuff from here. Hey, Night Spearhead. Yeah, Colony War is very interesting. And in fact, I'm really hoping at some point we get some content where we can visit it. Along with that, like, it would be a great point for them to, if they were going to make a television show like they did for Fallout, that would be a great place for them to make a television show about. It's like literally the most destructive war in human history. It would absolutely be amazing. Favorite quest is currently... I gotta say, the faction quests have been amazing. I've enjoyed so far. I've completed the Crimson Fleet quest line, the UC Vanguard quest line, and the what's it called, Freestar Ranger quest lines. All three of them had great points to them. I have to say that like the most informative lore wise has to have been the UC Vanguard quest line. The one that took you to, and that one, I mean, it takes you to some interesting places, but I think that the one that takes you to the most interesting places has to be the Crimson Fleet quest line, because you get to go drop into like the upper atmosphere of a gas giant in order to recover things. Hey Vexus Prime, I have not found House of Arun yet, Night Spearhead. Yeah, and Bardeen does have very Earth-like environments. And let's see. So yeah, I will say I also sided with the UC SysDef just because I am anti-pirate. I will, of course, at some point finish it with the Crimson Fleet. The great thing is that they make it a last-minute decision, so you can easily experience all the content and then choose the last minute which side you're going to go with. So I did have a save right before making that choice, so I can go back and film that footage at some point. As I was saying in the last time, I have basically reached the end of all of the found lore in the open world with this video that's going to be released tonight. With these 4 videos that I've released so far. Again, I'm hoping that I'm going to find more as I continue east. I'm assuming that Ixal, because it's the only named system on the map that I haven't visited, my guess is this is where House of Arun is. I have not yet found it, but that would be my assumption, simply based on the fact that it is named and I have not yet visited. Because everything else, we can go over these real quick. Sol, obviously our system. Alpha Centauri, capital of the United Colonies. Narian, Cheyenne, and Voli are all systems of the Freestar Collective. Along with that, Wolf, which has this little symbol on it, is part of the United Colonies. Olympus, I'm not entirely sure why Olympus is named on the map here, but I have been there. I have fully surveyed that system. Porama is home to Paradiso and, of course, the ECS Constant. And then along with that, Crix was originally home to Suvorov and the Lock and Key, the prison, and the star station that kept people in there. Let's see. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I was actually streaming when I started that quest line to do the UC SysDef stuff. I was not expecting it to start the way that it did. I thought it was pretty cool how they basically have you go in undercover against your will. But yeah, let's see. And then, yeah, so again, Ixal, I don't know why Ixal is named on the map. I have not yet been there. So it could well be that it's nothing, but my guess is that's where House of Arun is. I have only met one member of House of Arun so far. One member of House of Arun that's not a zealot, and that is in the UC Vanguard quest line. I'm not going to say any more than that, because again, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that wants to go to experience that stuff for the first time. So yeah, tonight I will probably survey the Feynman system. And also, if you're not following me on Twitter, I did note that Lantana 8C, is it? No, Lantana 8B. Yes, Lantana 8B, I believe, is the home world of the Sirens. Let's go ahead and land there real quick. I say that because this is one of 2 worlds on which I have found Sirens, and the reason the Sirens are on Nira, I don't think this is a much of a spoiler at the very least. Sirens were used by the United Colonies Xeno Warfare Division. That's why they're on Nira, because they were brought there as a Xeno weapon, and then they bred, and they ended up becoming a native species. Now, this is the only other place I have found Sirens in the entirety of the map. Now, I might find other planets where there are Sirens, but I can't imagine why else these would be here. This Lantana is not part of either the settled systems. It's not part of the Freestar Collective. It's not part of the United Colonies, so I don't know why else Sirens would be here on Lantana 8B. So again, I think this is where they got the Sirens from in the first place. What else? Oh, Lantana also has the planet I call Treasure Planet, which is Lantana 7. And I call it Treasure Planet because it's home to both silver and gold. This is the only world that I have found that have both silver and gold on their surface. Now, unfortunately, deposits aren't necessarily next to each other, so you're probably going to have to set up at least 2 colonies in order to harvest them, but still. What else was there to say about this stuff? Oh, Voli. Voli 2, or Voli Alpha, it's really interesting if you're going to try to survey this thing. I managed to, but the only... So, first of all, the resources are already surveyed for you. You don't have to go ahead and scan those things like you do normally, but you can. But to get these animals, the two animals that are available, one of them is the Chambas, which is the source of Aurora. The other one, I can't remember. It's just some generic animal. You can find them below Neon. I can show you that real quick. Let's see. Okay, so you can join into Atlantis as well. Let's see. Favorite Chipotle order? I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to Chipotle. Alright, let's... I've started to really like Neon a lot. And I've been actually kind of just amazed by the variety of environments that they created for Starfield. Like, I understand why it took them as long as it did. Because, like, Neon is so different from anything else you find in the game. Aquila is so different from anything else you find in the game. So, here we go. Oh, sorry, chasm bass and hunting shark whales. These are the creatures you find down here. Now, don't worry if you fall down here. You're not stuck in the ocean of Voli 2 forever. You can just get out on this platform and head right back up to Neon. What do you mean specifically by Striker quest line? Because I actually don't know specifically what you're referring to. Let's see. Okay. What else? Okay, so yeah, this is something I talked about on Discord, and I'm going to probably talk about it in a video eventually when I make more videos on the Freestar Collective itself. But I came to a conclusion that I don't know if it's true or not, but I think that Aquila is a misspelled name for the system, for the planet. So if you don't know the history of the Cheyenne system, Aquila, they were originally discovered and settled by Solomon Coe. Solomon Coe was originally living on Earth, and it was from his ranch in Wyoming that he plotted the jump to Cheyenne. And so, you know, he's like one of these kind of crazy pioneers that makes these really long, blind jumps. He explored the system, named everything here. Now, I think that he meant to name Aquila, like Aquila, like the eagle, because the Freestar Collective symbol is also an eagle. So I think what's going on here is that he simply, I don't know if he chose to like misspell it on purpose or if it was accidental, but I think that's what's going on with Aquila. I discovered this myself for the first time because I'd always been reading it. And when I would hear it, I would also read it because I've got the subtitles on whenever I'm playing to make sure I don't mishear something. And also for videos, when I turn the sound down when I'm putting the video out, that way you can still read what people are saying, even if I don't want to basically use people's voices without authorization and stuff like that. So, again, my first time experiencing this, I was transcribing the logs from the Crete Research Facility, and when I would say Aquila, it would come up with Aquila. And so I think that's what's going on here, because again, we got the symbol of the eagle, Aquila being the eagle, so I don't know.
I'm not going to show up to work for a week.
Neon is Coruscant? Yeah, it's definitely like it, although the entire planet would have to be like it. Strikers are a gang in Neon. Yeah, I have not done that stuff yet, with the Syndicate stuff on Neon. I do really enjoy Neon, especially like how Neon has changed, because it was originally, you know, like a farm, like not a farm, like a fishing colony, and then they're like, hey, we can make drugs with these fish, and then suddenly it turns into into the colony that it became. I also really enjoy Montara Luna. Let's find a mountain biome. No, that's hills. Mountain biome. Where we got a mountain biome? Oh, another tip. So if you turn on the resource scanner, you can typically find specific biomes. Now, oceans are obvious, right? But you look at this and it's like, okay, coniferous forest, hills, these are all pretty much, you can find multiple ones through that. So it doesn't work every time. But this is hills, and that's hills, And that's hills, and that's hills. So resources can tell you the biomes that you're looking at. I don't know if I see any mountain biomes specifically. I don't even remember if there actually are mountain biomes here on Montara Luna. I have my survey, but for now, let's just go to this hills biome, I guess. Yeah, Tequila City. Okay. Yeah, this is not what I was looking for. Because this is more like scrubland out here. This reminds me of West Texas. Let's see. Savannah, maybe? I don't know. Wagner Farm isn't a great location, but it's night there, so I'm not going to go there right now. This is an image that I took when I was updating the wiki on the Andermatt system. Well, there's some nice mountains in the background regardless. Oh yeah, so this is my Class C ship. This is the one I've been using for exploration lately. I don't use this when I'm making lore videos because I do like... So I know one of the potential names for the main player.
Hello, Captain.
Or the main character, but I don't want to use that because it feels like a spoiler. So that's why I use Captain of the Frontier, which means I gotta use the Frontier when I'm going places. Haven't done much with the colony building. I've been slightly disappointed with the colony building, I'll just say that. Why don't we take a look at the interior of the ship real quick, though? Oh, nope. And I think, yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So, the layout of this ship is ridiculous because the shipbuilding system's not the best because you can't tell exactly what's supposed to go where. And as in, like, what doorways open and which ones are not. So, going this way, I've got, like, a little storeroom. This is the companionway. Coming up here, I've got, I think this is... I can't even remember specifically. Going up this way, though... Put this window on the front here. Man, I got two of these back to back. That's kind of weird. I didn't realize that. I think one of these is the captain's cabin. Pretty sure this is the captain's quarters. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and get up to the next level. So we're in the workshop. Now, this way is supposed to be the way towards the cockpit, but it's blocked. So we'll just go this way. Right over here... This is a living quarters area. This is the armory. Coming back this way. This is another storeroom, but the window worked on the back. Then we got a living quarters area. Science lab. And then a general 1x3. And then the cockpit of the ship here. So... Again, let me talk about why the colony building has been somewhat disappointing to me. And I think part of it is because it's bugged currently. I've seen people talking about this. Now, I don't know. I have not confirmed that it's bugged, but it seems bugged to me, and it could be that other people have experienced the exact same problem. Let's go ahead and go over here. Demos Phalanx. That's not a bad ship. Flipping... It's... So, the thing is, like, the modules don't show you specifically what doorways go where.
Yes?
Not right now, Andreja. Okay. So, this is my main colony here on Tau Ceti, and it's just been my main colony because it was the first colony. And so everything basically gets shipped in here. Now, the problem is these containers... The ships aren't bringing things in properly. My ship that's supposed to be bringing in Helium-3 is not. I don't know why. Helium-3, I can see it on the other end. It goes into the depot. It does not come here. Which means that, like, basically the system's not functioning properly. Along with that, it's just, like, there's no way to, like, set limits on things like that. So, like, for example, I want to be able to set... Okay, I've got production right here that makes adaptive frames. I only want 100 of those at a time, no more. But I can't do something like that, so instead, basically, what happens is that, like, I get these things chock full. Now, granted, I could have it so that they feed into a single warehouse and no others. And maybe that's just the way to do it, just to work around the system as it is without having any logistical controls or anything like that. And so probably I'll just have to do something like that in the future. But along with that, I don't know. It's just, again, with the resources not properly traversing between the systems, there's a problem with that. And then there's like weird graphical issues that I keep finding, like this. What is this? Right? I don't know what's going on there. I have discovered that at least one of my issues with the colonies is actually something that's fixed with perks. Specifically, if you go into social and then outpost management, you can see here that you can place additional cargo links at outposts. That was definitely a problem that I had before. I also was upset with only being able to place 3 robots at an outpost because there are at least 5 that you can build. 6 you can build. So it's like, why? In fact, we can go to my outpost there that has robots. Let's see. It's in the Alpha Centauri system. It's my fuel depot on Zamka. Let's see here. Yeah, turning it off and back on. No, yeah, the rocks definitely are an issue. Okay, so here's my security robot. I've got multiple turrets. I have absolutely had a rock spawn in the middle of one of my reactors, which I'm not on board with that. Let's see what else. Where are my other robots? There are 3 robots here at this outpost. That's not supposed to be able to land there. That's funny. Because this thing's supposed to be like limited to a smaller ship size. Let's see. So yeah, I get power here from the reactors and from the solar generators, which, like, I don't know how these things are getting solar power. I'm at like the North Pole of this planet. But if we come over here... Okay, there's some other robots. Here's my logistical robot. Yes. And then up here I have my power management robot, which I have not noticed any actual change to the power output of my base from this thing. Oh good, I got hypothermia. I eventually plan to have some people stationed here. I've outfitted with the most basic level of supplies on the interior. There's a bed in here and stuff like that. Alright, let's see. So again, helium-3 is not flowing from this facility properly. Now, in the past I thought maybe it's because there's too much copper built up in the output, but that wasn't it. And that's the other thing. I want to be able to set limits on ships. So, for example, like, if the ship is shipping copper and helium-3 from this depot back to my main hub, I want to ship 50-50. So even if there's not enough helium-3 to fill up that half of the ship, I want it set to that every time. I want it always to be available. Another bug that I've noticed, it's actually in the Alpha Centauri system, is on Gagarin. When you land at Gagarin Landing and you have a ship that's too long, the game does not take that into account. I found this out last night when I was coming in here to film a shot of this place. Yeah. I'll land where I want. Okay. Again, I am currently stuck under my ship here. There we go. Like, last time I had to crouch and crawl out from under it. Looks like, yep, Andresia is stuck under the ship because they don't take this into account. Like, they should have you come out either by the cockpit or, like, already on this ramp over here. I don't know why it is that they put you right there. So, I like Gagarin. It's an interesting place. Basically a devastated economy. So, economy devastated by the loss of the mech manufacturing program 19 years prior, and it just has never really recovered. Along with that, you learn stuff during Barrett's quest line that says that Gagarin probably going to have some problems going forward. At least if what's happening here at the Hephaestus mine H363 is something that affects the entire planet, or if it's something that just affects the local area there. But regardless, let's go ahead and back out here. trying to think if there's anything else interesting out here that I encountered. Ursa Major and Minor, I surveyed. These are both pretty small systems. One of them has an exotic resource in it. Lubricant, I think, something like that. Oh, that's the other thing. Bardine 3, it has both the unique resource, Gastro Delight, and it has the exotic resource, Lubricant, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me see real quick about something here. Okay, it looks like my lore video is actually ready to go. So here's what I'm going to say. Any questions y'all have on any of this stuff? Any... yeah, Gagarin is absolutely a thing. I discovered it when I was just surveying the Alpha Centauri system. But yeah, I had no... Like, I was like, oh, there's a planet with breathable air? And that's where I discovered they've got farmable adhesive on Gagarin. So, yeah. Any questions you all have, I can, before we do, I just launched like the world premiere of this video, and then we can go over and watch that together if y'all want. I can answer any questions y'all have. I'll give y'all another 30 seconds or so, because I know that it sometimes takes a minute for this stuff to come across. All right. Well, then I will go ahead and I will see you all there for the world instant premiere of Terror on Crete. Okay. So I will see y'all there in just a minute. Let me close things out.